Yes, God family. Yes, God. Yes, God. Yes, God. Yes, God. Can everybody hear me? Checking in. Let's do a mic check, a sound check. Make sure everybody can hear me. We are going to be discussing devastation as a stepping stone. This anime. Okay. All right, honey. Around, let's see, 3:45. 3:45. Yes, God. Yes, God. Yes, God. Yes, God. Can everybody hear me? I just want to confirm before I start yapping. Can everyone hear me? Does the sound okay? Yes, God family. Can everybody hear me? Holla if you hear me. Loud. Okay, perfect. We can hear you. Okay, perfect. Yes, God. All right. So, I have been contemplating a lot. First of all, I want to say this. By the way, my name is Megan. I'm the CEO and founder of Yes God Wellness. Thank you for tapping that screen. Yes, God. And this is a holistic health brand dedicated to the mind, body, and spirit connection. And I was at the dentist again this morning. I had to get a cleaning. And what I recognized was that when she was taking my blood pressure, I was multitasking, trying to do something else. I was sending a text message with voice to text. And she mentioned that my blood pressure went up when I was talking. And I was like, That was very interesting to me and very telling. So just by being silent, we lower our blood pressure. Okay? Just by being silent, we lower our blood pressure, regardless of what we're talking about. So can you imagine how much we're raising our blood pressure when we are talking about things that are upsetting us? Just to say, I thought that was very, very interesting. And I was like, this is why it's so important to learn how to sit in stillness and quiet. Because not only does it lower our blood pressure, it regulates the nervous system, and it also gives us an opportunity to witness the thoughts that we're having versus just allowing the thought to pop in and then them to immediately come out of our mouth. So I wanted to share that little nugget because I thought that was amazing. I thought I switched this. I did switch that. Okay. And today what I want to discuss is devastation as a stepping stone. And the perspective that sometimes something that we perceive as devastational can actually be and is oftentimes the path to our desired good or the path to our intention. Okay. And I've had this happen several times in my life where it looked like everything was falling apart. It looked like, oh my God, it looked like, God, I'm angry with you. I can't believe you would do this. I can't believe you would take this away from me. I can't believe you would take this job away from me. I can't believe you would take this relationship away from me. I can't believe, you know what I'm saying? Like, and so it started out as something that seemed like a loss, and it felt very painful, and it felt like devastation, only to discover as time went on, like, wow, that if that had never happened, then all of these beautiful, wonderful, incredible, amazing things would have never happened. And so I want us to be open to that because I talk a lot about, thank you for continuing to tap that live. I appreciate the support. Yes, God, for both Instagram and TikTok. I talk all the time about not minding God's business and being open to the infinite possibilities. When we have when we're asking for things, right, to really focus on the outcome that we want versus how it needs to come to pass. Because that's where our suffering comes from a lot of times, is we are so holding on so tightly to how we think something should happen. And so if it's not happening just exactly that way in exactly that particular manner, we feel like what we want cannot happen. And so being open to the infinite possibilities means, wow, you know what? There's more than one way to skin a cat. There's more than 2 ways. There's more than 3, 4, 5 ways. There's actually infinite ways. And sometimes one of those ways is that we have to perceive our current reality just completely falling apart, okay? Which can feel like heartbreak, which can feel like betrayal, which can feel like devastation. You know what I'm saying? It can be very uncomfortable. It can be very painful. But oftentimes when we experience this pain, right, it opens us up to be surrendered. Okay? Because when we think we have it all figured out and then it doesn't go according to our plans, sometimes we need that. Sometimes we need our back to be up against the wall in order to put us in a surrendered position of, you know what? I don't even know anymore. I don't know how the hell this is going to happen. I don't know if this is even possible. I know this is what I want. I can't see how this is going to happen right now. And a lot of times that is the place that God needs us to be, for us to be malleable enough to consider something else, okay? To become the version of ourselves that is humble enough, okay? That is grateful enough, because unfortunately, sometimes human beings need to lose shit to be grateful. Am I right? Like sometimes we're not grateful for something until we don't have it anymore. And then we're like, oh shit, damn, I really love that thing. I really love that person. I really love that circumstance. Excuse me. And it's not until we lose access to it that we can recognize how valuable it was. All right. And so what I am suggesting and proposing is that let's take the initiative to be in that posture from the beginning. You know what I'm saying? I want to look and take inventory of everything that I have and how valuable it is to me now. I don't want to have to lose it in order to understand the value that it has. Okay? Because we get so tied up in life and circumstances and image and trying to, you know what I'm saying, put on airs and appear a certain way, that we could be missing the forest for the trees. Sometimes we get so focused on all this external stuff and all these things that are out and away and that we're aiming and we're striving for, that we are taking for granted all of the beautiful, amazing people and circumstances and opportunities that are literally sitting right in our lap. Okay, I need this conversation today because things are not moving right now and I have a few days. Woo, yes, God. Greetings, sister. Always grateful to catch you. They are so timely and divine for this season. Yes, God. Thank you. Thank you for sharing that with me. And thank you for sharing this live and continuing to tap this live. I really appreciate it. It really helps tell the algorithm that you find value in what I'm discussing. So devastation, right? What we can perceive as something devastational is sometimes the very thing that we need to be able to put us in a position to be open to something else that needs to come into our awareness. All right? Because necessity is the mother of creativity. And I'm going to give you a story time because this is exactly how my business started. Okay? I don't have this story of, oh, you know, I was always wanted to do this. And then one day I decided, you know what, I'm just going to bite the bullet and do it. It was like, oh, I've always wanted to be an entrepreneur, but I have this job and I'm comfortable. I'm fine. I'll do that someday. Okay. And so what happened to me was, excuse me, I was working contract for this company. Gratitude is gravity. It pulls, it attracts. Exactly. I was working for this company and I was a contractor and I was getting ready to be hired permanently, or so I thought. Excuse me. So I was like, yes, you know what I'm saying? This is great. I went through the whole interview process. They told me the job was mine. Like, it was basically in the bucket, right? For me. That's what I thought. And one day I checked my email and I had gotten one of those form emails like, oh, thank you for your time. You know, thank you for applying, but we've chosen to go with another candidate. Nigga, what? You've chosen to do what? So you lied to me. You betrayed me, right? So I had all of these reactions, right? My heart dropped in my stomach. I was like, what the fuck am I going to do? Like, I need to pay this rent. Like, I need to take care of these children. Like, I got bills, you know what I'm saying? Like, I was banking on this because this is what I was told was going to happen. And so because it didn't go the way that it was supposed to go, okay, I kind of went into desperation mode and I was like, oh shit, like I got to figure this out. So I'm applying for jobs and I'm doing the things, right? And nobody's responding to me because this is the end of the year. It's holiday time. No one's responding to me. No one, I'm not getting any bites. You know what I'm saying? Unemployment is laughable. Okay. Unemployment was laughable. Literally wasn't even enough to pay my rent for the month. And, you know, I didn't have any savings. Like I wasn't financially literate. Like I was getting by, you know what I mean? And so being in this position, this perceived position of not having any resources, okay, I began to get very creative. Okay. And this is oftentimes what happens when we are put in a position where our back is against the wall, where something that we were counting on, something that we were promised, right, doesn't go according to plan. So because it didn't go according to plan, now I feel like, okay, I have to figure out, like, what am I going to do? So I started to get very creative. I had a minivan. I started looking up furniture on Craigslist. Okay, looking up free furniture on Craigslist. Hello, hey. And I would literally go pick up this furniture and then I would turn right back around and sell it on Craigslist. So I was basically the courier. I became a furniture courier. Okay, exactly. The obstacle became the way. Yes, God, the obstacle became the way. And Florence Scovel Shinn has a, one of her affirmations is like, I walk up to the obstacles in my path and I am met with divine angels or something of that nature, where it's like from a certain perspective, it looks like devastation. But then when you actually lean into it, okay, all of these other possibilities open up. Yes, the creative juices really get flowing when it's do or die. Exactly. And so when we are sometimes in a position of do or die, I got to figure this out. This is literally the difference between me being homeless or not. You would be amazed at how much initiative you're ready to take now. How much creativity you're willing to play out without giving a fuck about how anybody feels about it. Okay? Because when we're comfortable, right, we may have get these nudges and get these pushes, but we're like, oh, well, that's okay. I'll do that someday. But when you don't have a fallback plan, when you don't have a security net, you're going to do it today. You're going to do it yesterday because I need to make something happen. There is a very real consequence if I am not willing to take a risk right now. This always reminds me of blues music. Yes, God. That alchemy. Exactly. And so what happened was I did that for a while. I was doing odd jobs. I mean, I was the Craigslist queen. Okay. You talking about Gary V and arbitrage and all that. I was living that. I was literally on Craigslist finding stuff, and I didn't have no money. So I wasn't trying to find cheap stuff and sell it for hire. I was only in the free section. Filter me free. Okay. This is because I was forced to use the resources that I had access to. Okay. I knew I had a vehicle. Okay. I have a vehicle. So I have something. What can I make pop with this? Okay. I got a vehicle. I can move some stuff around. What can I move? And how can I be profitable off of moving that? the other question, right, that I always talk about, and I wasn't consciously asking myself this question, but the question became, how can I be of service, right? How can I be of service? There's people who want this furniture gone, and there's people who need this furniture. So I am going to insert myself as the middleman so that I can be of service to go take the furniture away from this person and go deliver it to that person. All right. So really consider the fact that we don't necessarily have to wait until our back is against the wall. We can begin to ask ourselves these questions now. What is a lane that is creative that I could be of service in that may not necessarily be what I'm doing now? I am unemployed and frustrated. I only have a laptop to my name. That means you have a lot of resources because some people don't even have a laptop. Okay. Go in Craigslist. They have a gig session. Okay. Some of the stuff I was doing, I was helping people move. Okay, baby. I was driving up to somebody's mobile home property, taking video of it for them, sending it to video. They cash at me $200. Like, get creative. All right. You would be amazed at the different things that you can do to be of service with just a laptop. All right. And so this went on for a while. And then one day I was in a room with some girlfriends at the time. And someone said, oh yeah, I've always wanted to try yoni steaming. Now, yoni steaming was something that I had been doing in my personal life since I had my youngest daughter. And because I had birth trauma, they tried to send me home 7 centimeters dilated with a prescription for Ambien. That's a whole story. If you're interested in my story or any of my background, y'all, go check out my Instagram profile. I have all these little highlights. I have one about my story, my background, what I've been through, blah, blah, blah. I have one with testimonials of all the women that I've been able to help. So, and this is kind of the origin story of this, right? It started with devastation. It started with, oh shit, I thought I was going to have this job. Excuse me. I thought I was going to be able to, continue being comfortable. And God was like, nah, nigga, I got bigger plans for you. And if you continue to be comfortable in this job, you're never going to explore the other paths that I have for you. My tea's done. Yes, God. So I'm in this room. She's asking about yoni steaming. And she's like, oh, Megan. And since I had, again, incorporated that in my personal life, my friends knew, like, Megan is a yoni steam girl. Like, you want to do some weird hippie stuff? Go to Megan's house. And so the woman asked about yoni steaming, and she was like, oh, Megan does that. And then she was like, oh, you do that, Megan? Like, how much would you charge me to come get a yoni steam? Ding, 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 ding. Okay? So that was literally the inception of my entire business. Okay? It was literally the inception of my entire business because I was willing to be of service to another person because circumstances organized themselves around that evening in that room when I was purchasing this ring. Where is it? I was literally in the room purchasing this ring right here, this citrine ring. Okay. This was in 2017. I was literally buying this ring, and this is when the organic conversation happened. Okay. And so I'm giving this background to say that sometimes the blessings and the purpose and the assignment that God has for you is on the other side of devastation. Sometimes it's right past your comfort zone. Most times. Okay. And if you listen to most people's hero stories, right? It typically starts with there's some type of devastation involved. All right. There's typically some kind of catalyst that happens where the hero's journey now is put in a position with back against the wall and has to have the courage to move forward in a particular direction. And so what I want us all to be asking ourselves is, what are some possible directions that I could go in? What are some things that I'm already doing right now? What are some things that I'm already good at, that I'm already known for, that people come to me for all the time for free? What expertise do I have? What experience do I have, right? What am I passionate about doing? What are the ways in which I can utilize the gifts and the skills and the talents that I already possess to be of service to another person? And there's infinite answers to that question. And I want to encourage us all that we don't have to wait until we perceive that we don't have anything. Okay? If you have a laptop, you have a lot of resources right at your fingertips. Okay? Get dressed up. Go to fancy restaurants. Go to networking events, free networking events. Okay? Start to put yourself in rooms with people who can offer you opportunities to be of service. All right? It's not always about finding a job. There's a lot of different ways that you can be of service. And so open your heart posture up. God, please reveal to me all of the ways that I can be of service, God. God, please put me in the circumstances and the predicaments and in the rooms and the conversations that reveal to me all the ways that I can be of service. It's funny how perfectly timed this message is. I literally just received a message a minute ago from a client who decided not to sign the contract. I thought we had it in the bag and really needed it. I understand. And I understand how devastating that can feel and how painful that is. Opened up my phone and seeing this live now. Deep down, I knew this job wasn't aligned though. See what I'm saying? Yes. And so you don't recognize the protection that you are receiving through people's no, through people's rejection, through people's betrayal, through people's no. They are actually protecting you, okay? God has the bigger lens and can see everything. And if you knew deep down in your heart that it wasn't aligned, right, then that tells me that you're in touch with your intuition. And God is the source of your supply. God is the source of our supply. It's not dependent on a particular client. It's not dependent on a particular job. It's not dependent on a particular relationship. It's not dependent on any particular circumstance because the supply comes from God. And I promise you that God can get very, very creative about the ways that the supply is delivered to you. But you have to be doing your part. You have to be living in gratitude, okay? Be grateful for the things that you do have access to. Don't say, I only have a laptop. Say, wow, I have a laptop. There are so many possibilities for me here. There are infinite possibilities for me here. I'm so grateful that I have this laptop. God, thank you for allowing me to have this laptop. Thank you for allowing me to have this phone. Thank you for allowing me to have access to Wi-Fi. I don't give a damn if I got to go up to the Starbucks, walk up to that Starbucks and sit in that Starbucks and log on to their Wi-Fi, God. Thank you for that Starbucks. Thank you for my feet that can take me there. Thank you for this coat that I can put on to protect me from the elements. Okay, even in the midst of situations where we would rather not be, we still have to muster up a way to be grateful for that circumstance. I absolutely love your page. I get so afraid of my intuition at times. It feels scary. I understand. And thank you for saying you love my page. Thank you, thank you, thank you. All right. So I do have to jump in about 5 minutes. I just want to give everybody a warning. I do want to make some announcements. We have come to a decision about the identity recalibration retreat that is happening later this year. The official dates are October 14th through the 20th. We looked at the destinations. I know most people wanted Egypt. However, Egypt is a place, this is an identity recalibration retreat. So we're going to be doing a lot of nervous system work here. I don't want us to be in a location where the weather conditions are a little bit crazy and also there's a lot of fast movement and fast pace, because we don't just have our own individual nervous system, there's a collective nervous system as well. And there are energies, there is a vibration, a collective energy vibration of particular locations and destinations. And so the winner was Bali. We are going to be going to Bali. Please, if you're interested, go ahead and check out the link in my bio. We are currently collecting emails because we are going to be dropping, we're going to be launching to be able to actually purchase. You can make payment plans. The first 8 people to sign up are going to get an early bird discount. So please make sure that you're on the list when that comes out. Go ahead and give us your email on the link in my bio. We're going to be doing amazing things. We're going to be doing an herbal medicine making class. We're going to be doing a sound healing workshop. We're going to be doing a water purification ceremony. We're going to be out in the rice terraces, sunset drinking dinner at the farm, like farm to table. Balinese offerings we're going to be making. Like, it's going to be dope, y'all. It's going to be really, really, really dope. And I am looking forward to being in person. You guys love my energy on video, but I promise my energy in person is chef's kiss. Not to toot my own horn, but to toot my own horn. Like, I'm kind of that girl. You know what I'm saying? So just to say, like, we would love to have you there. I'm going through that now, staying focused and turning myself to the reality I desire and not give energy to the lower entities. Yep. And that's exactly what you do. And just continue to be thankful. Just continue to be thankful, thankful, thankful. Thank you, God, for this blessing. Thank you, God, for my breath. Thank you for my heartbeat. Thank you for, you know what I'm saying? Thank you for my hair. Thank you for my eyebrows. Thank you for my pinky toes and my pinkies, right? Thank you. The more little thing, because really what gratitude is just simply presence. These apps and society in general want to steal our attention away from us. They want to steal and distract us from being present with ourselves. And when you can be fully present with yourself through gratitude, because gratitude is the ultimate form of presence, right? It's being able to sit down and say, wow, my life is amazing. I've been through some really hard things. I've been through some trauma. And you know what? I'm still here. I'm still breathing. I still have a sound mind. I still have the opportunity to continue to be better and better. I still have the opportunity to be of service. Okay, that is presence versus looking at what everybody else is doing, comparing yourself to everybody else. I'm not a millionaire yet, and I'm this, you know what I'm saying? Like, all of that stuff is a distraction. Being present with yourself, being grateful for where you are right now is not to bypass and say that everything's perfect, but it is to say, you know what? God is preparing me. God is allowing me to become the person who is capable of delivering these divine gifts to the world. Thank you, God, for allowing me to go through this hardship so that I can gain the wisdom. Thank you, God, for allowing me to take accountability for myself so that I can become a better person, so that I can better serve other people. Okay? Yes, God, my life is absolutely amazing. Yes, God. Yes, God. I was sitting in the dental office this morning getting my cleaning. I recently switched dentists because I went through some whole debacle. The other dentist was real scammy and shisty and was trying to like make me pay for stuff because of their errors. I did a post about it if you want to check it out. But like, I was sitting there and the ego mind, right, tries to, oh, you got to sit here, you got to do all these x-rays, you got to do this and this and that. And I had to stop my mind right there. I was like, you know what, Megan, you are so blessed and grateful to be able to have dental care, to be able to have dental insurance, to be able to be at a provider that cares enough to take x-rays, to look at the roots of your teeth and to examine your teeth and to clean your teeth and to make sure your gums are healthy. You know what I mean? I really had to stop myself because the mind wants to come in. The mind wants to complain about everything. And so the more present we can be with ourselves, the more we can witness the mind and separate ourselves from the mind and be able to kibosh the mind when it wants to come in and complain and make it seem like everything is just a problem and an annoyance and an irritation. I was like, you know what, Megan, you are blessed. And I was just sitting there and I felt this feeling of gratitude just like radiating from my heart. And I was just like, thank you, God. Thank you. Thank you for the privilege of being able to receive dental care right now. Like, thank you, seriously. You know what I'm saying? So we always have the divine agency to shift our perspective out of complaining, out of not enoughness, out of, you know what I'm saying? And switch it over to thank you. Everything may not be exactly the way I desire it to be, but you know what? Thank you for how it is. Because gratitude is a magnet for more things to be grateful for. Same as complaining is a magnet for more things to complain about. So do yourself the favor of being mindful of when you're complaining or when your mind wants to take you down that rabbit hole of complaint, and shift it over to, you know what is the silver lining here? What's here serving me that I can't see right now? How can I zoom out of this situation and actually view this as the blessing that it is? Okay? And I like to do that by just understanding that I am one with God. I am one with the all. God lives within me. And so everything that I have access to is already perfect, whole, and complete. The fastest way to change your circumstances is not to resist them and fight against them, but is to accept them. Accept them, be grateful for them, and be open to the infinite possibilities of how quickly things can shift. When you can stay in that energy, I promise you things will begin to shift for you. I've been saying gratitude prayers too, and they open doors. Exactly. Yes, God. And right before I jump off, I want to just say one more thing. So in my business, right? So I started my business, people started coming, I started, my Instagram, and I was serving people locally, and my ego started taking over again, and I started getting more focused on the money than the service. I'm going to say that again. I started being more focused on the money that I was receiving versus the service that was happening through me. And you know what started to happen? The money started to dry up. Because money is not an idol to be worshipped. Money is a byproduct of offering value. So I had to snatch my attention back away from that focus on money, and I had to put it back on, wait a minute, no, how can I be of service? Because I already know that I'm compensated based on the service that I'm getting. I don't need to be feeling resentful against people because they're not booking with me. I don't need to be feeling annoyed with people because they're not following through when they said they were going to book an appointment, right? I need to be grateful that I even have a home to service people in. I need to be grateful that I have access to an internet where I can market and tell people about the service that I offer. Okay. I need to be grateful that God even allowed this opportunity to literally just drop in my lap through this conversation, this random conversation that happened. Okay. So just be mindful. I know that it can be difficult when you're having financial challenges, that you need money. So you're really focused on money, but give money a little breathing room and focus on how can I be of service. And sometimes, guess what? Sometimes the way that you are of service is not the exact place where the compensation is going to come from. Maybe I decide, you know what, I'm going to be of service. I'm going to go volunteer at a church this weekend. I'm going to go help feed the homeless, right? You're not going to get compensated from that. But maybe you go do that with a cheerful heart, and then maybe you get a job offer on Monday. See how that happens? That's how it happens, okay? It's all about the posture of your heart. It's all about the gratitude of your heart. Not doing it for money, but doing it because you genuinely want to be of service to other people. When you do things because you genuinely want to be of service to other people and you genuinely want to help solve other people's problems, you are operating on a very high frequency that magnetizes opportunities and abundance to you. All right? Exactly. You don't always reap where you sow. You just confirmed a download I received this morning. Yes, God. So again, how can I be of service? Not how can I be of service and make some money off of it? Okay? How can I be of service? Period. Question mark. That's it. How can I be of service? Question mark. The fucking end. And when you begin to allow yourself to be of service without being preoccupied with the money, the money begins to come, okay? Because money is just energy. Money doesn't, just like people, we don't want to be smothered. We don't want to be suffocated. We don't want to be, oh my God, where are you at? I need to talk to you. Da, da, da. The more a person hunts you down, the less you want to be bothered with them, right? Happy Friday. The more a person hunts and chases you down, the less you want to be bothered with them. It's the same with money. Stop making money your focus and your center point. Make your cheerful heart, your gratitude, and your service your center point. And money, I promise, will make its way back to you. Okay? That's a good word. I think you're saying I'm the best coach. Maybe I'm just projecting. Yes, God. So anyways, we're doing our masterclass is coming up inside the Quantum Prayer Circle. Would love to have you inside of our community. It's a $44 a month investment. It is amazing. We are having amazing feedback. The members in there say that because you wake up to a new prayer every day, that I encourage you to listen to first thing in the morning to get your consciousness primed for gratitude, primed for your divine identity. There's a weekly self-concept rampage, and members have just been sharing like, this is exactly what I needed to hear today. I don't know how you do it, but you're on. Why? Because I'm allowing God to lead me. I'm not allowing my ego to lead me. Okay. And so, oh, that's someone's name. Okay. You're rest coach. Got it. I was like, you're the best coach. Okay. So yes, God, so allow yourself to be present, be grateful, be of service. Be present, be grateful, be of service. Make a decision to be present, to be grateful, to be of service. And you will be amazed at how your life circumstances will start to organize themselves around your intentions and the direction that you desire to go in. You are the best coach. Thank you. I believe that too. All right. So I love y'all so much. Thank you for spending some time with me. I'm about to go pick up my baby girl. I'm super excited to have her back and spend some time with her. We're going to go get some ice cream with my son. And yes, God. Present, grateful, and of service. I am. Yes, God. Yes, God. Yes, God. Love your energy. Have fun. Thank you so much. Thank you, y'all. All right. We'll talk soon. Okay. You should definitely join. It's amazing. I promise you. We're doing a live masterclass this Sunday. It's going to be dope. It's really dope in there. And the way that I record all the content in there is so that you can listen to it on repeat. So they're unlisted YouTube links. Highly recommend just listen to them all day long. Start to prime yourself, prime your awareness, prime your consciousness to see all of the infinite possibilities versus all of the limitations that the ego mind tries to project on us. Okay. Hello from mid-central Mexico. Yes, God. Also, check out Yes God Wellness YouTube channel. I do repost all these lives over there. Okay? All right. We'll talk later. Have a good Friday. Bye-bye. Hope to see you in Bali. Go sign up. Go put your email in so you can be notified when the launch drops. All right, y'all. Love you. Bye.